Ooh, I don't know why my camera does that when I start my live streams now, but it does. Howdy, howdy do. How are you? Hey. How are you all doing? Good evening. Good evening to you. I guess that band is done. I've officially destroyed it. Can I tie it? No, that band is dry rotted. It's completely done. Well, I guess no stretching with this thing tonight. I have to order another one. That was no fun. I could stretch other ways. Oh, cruising for burgers. That's a new name. Lucas, what's up? Leroy? Big bad Leroy Brown. Big bad Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Meaner than any junkyard dog. Oh. Hey there, have an issue with an F-150. Trouble, where's your trouble? Well, go ahead, buddy. Get that F-150 trouble. Sup, Joss? Joss? Sup, Ford boss? Sup? Jace? Is it Jace? Jace Plun? What is that? What is that short for? I thought an agreement was just made, but maybe premature. I don't know. I don't know what'll ever happen. They keep saying they're going to do this and they're going to do that and they're going to make an agreement, and now they're talking about they're going to make an agreement now that this Zoran guy is mayor, and it seems awfully fishy that they all of a sudden after he becomes mayor, now they want to start talking. Now they want to come up with a resolution as if they were using something. I don't know. PO 1636. What does that mean, though? Not just communication. What does it mean? Like, what does it exactly mean? What, you eat good tonight, chef? No, I took the girls to a Chinese buffet, and all I had was broccoli, skirt steak, a Polish sausage, and salt and pepper chicken. And some mussels. I had some seafood. I kept it all about protein and none about any of that other garbage fried food, and I drank 4 glasses of water. So, I didn't eat any of the other junk, any of the desserts, the breaded shit. I didn't do none of that stuff. I just ate all protein and broccoli. Well, what is the communication with, though? What does it have a communication error with? Is it communication error with the PCM to the TCM, the PCM to the? I don't know. Is it just PCM communication in general, but you can communicate with everything else on the network? What else is there? Is that the only code that's present, or are there other codes as well? Something like this, a communication error. I'm going to give you the generic stuff. Shiftums are shift 3 or 5 gear. No upshift or downshift. Okay. So give me more. Give me the year. Give me the make. Give me the model. Give me the engine size. Give me the trans size. I ain't got none of that. a 2012, communication issues, and it's affecting the transmission shifting. More than likely, if you can't find anything wrong with the connection at the PCM or the connection at the trans, then it's in the lead frame itself, inside the transmission. Pull the connector off of the transmission and see if there's fluid and stuff in it. Also, pull the connector at the PCM and load test the wires, the communication wires. Look and see what wires they are, the color and everything, match them up. And you're going to have to load test them to make sure the wires are good. It's going to be anything, it's going to be the general stuff you always hear people recommend. Unless the vehicle is sitting here in front of me and I can put my hands on it, it's going to be, it's the general recommendations. Not so much the TCM going on them. $700 to change the lead frame, a good price. Is that $700 total, or is that $700 in labor? Yeah, it's probably a lead frame. What's up, Jason? $700 total is good. Take it. Take it, take it, take it. Ohio Farm Girl. I thought an agreement was just made, but maybe premature. So back to that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. We don't get too many farm girls on here. We need to have a farming segment on here, so us guys can sit back and learn from y'all ladies. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I wish I could help more, but it's going to be all basic stuff. We need a YouTube channel just for farm girls. This guy. No, don't go there. Caught you smoking butts video the other day. That's awesome. You're doing that for your community. Well, I just love cooking for people, man. I love seeing people happy. And the one thing that I think we can all agree on is when you can sit down to good food, the politics and all that other shit doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if we were honestly able to tuck all the political bullshit away, most of us could actually get along with each other, no matter what we believed in, and we could actually be very happy doing it. It's just the damn media gets in everybody's head and gets in their feelings and everything else, and they know what they're doing. They know how to spin everybody up. They know how to get in everybody's feelings and emotions and all that shit. Daddy Bear, Sonny Bear, I send on CBS and Fox News, or you seen on CBS and Fox News, that they have enough Dems to pass the next vote, so cross our fingers that the government can reopen and pay. Oh yeah. I hope you're right, man. Jared, I hope you're right. Jason said he left Staten Island in New York 2 years ago. I got out just in time. Just in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time. I had two ladies ask me multiple times to cook food for them, and then they would ghost me for like hours, if not an entire day. Then I'd have to take that food and give it to somebody else, and then they would pop up again and ask me to make food for them. So I did it again, and then the third time I felt bad for one of them, so I tried to make the food a third time. She did the same thing again, so I blocked her on Facebook. And the other girl, she did it twice, and I blocked her right after the second time. I wasn't going to take a chance the third time. I said, man, this is BS. These people out here taking food or wanting me to make food and saying they're going to show up. And I said, look, I'll even bring it to you so I don't waste the food. And they still would string me along, not communicate, play games. So I don't have patience for people like that anymore. I'm just not going to work with people like that. Not gonna work with people like that. You heard of the Hodge twins, aka conservative twins? Yeah, I know who they are. I know who they are. Let me guess, you don't like them, do you? Let me guess. Jay don't like them. How did I know? I know, Jay. I know my son better than you think I do. Some people would call them whitewash. Some people would call them, yeah. Jay, you got some hate for conservative black folks, man. You don't like conservative black folks, that's for sure. Jay about to get us all fired up again. See, Jay's good at that. He's good at bringing these topics up, so then we all get to get fired up and talking. Nothing wrong with being black and conservative, but don't be trying to degrade your own people to please the whole man. You mean the white man? They'll never get a seat at the white man's table. See, I think the problem with you, Jay, is that you're in denial that the people that the Hodge twins talk about are the ones they call the EBT warriors. They're the ones that have been indoctrinated from little to believe they're the minority. They don't have a chance. They're fighting 400 years of oppression. The white man's bad. Cops are out to get you. The people that these people are talking about that you don't like, that they're pandering to the white man, they're actually speaking honestly about how they feel. There's a lot of people out there that don't like a lot of people from the minority community because they use that umbrella of this thought process that this is how they have to act and this is how they have to be. And they take what's been given to them since they've been little and taught this way, and then they reflect it out on the world. I knew a man that no matter what, no matter how wrong you proved him or how much logic you could speak to him, he was in his mid-30s, and because he had been taught since he was a kid that black man this and black man that and not the same opportunity, not this and not that, and it should be accepted, or a certain amount of crime and a certain amount of this and that wrongdoing. And that's how he grew up. And I don't know what he looks like now. That's how he grew up. Is thinking that that's the way it is and that's the way it should be, because the white man caused it. And that's why they're talking about, that's why this term black fatigue was brought up, because people like the Hodge twins, Officer Tatum, Candace Owens, and all these other black conservatives or black outspeakers are tired of the black fatigue. They're tired of people from the EBT community, as they call it, making it harder for everybody else in their community. You talking Joseph Tober or whatever, that conservative Christian rapper. I met him up in Huntley, a black conservative rap. He said the same thing. I just don't associate with too much of my own community because they all have this same corrupted mindset that this is how they have to think and this is how they have to be, and then that's how they live their life. So while you're claiming that that the Hodge twins and Tatum and all these other people are trying to have a seat at the white man's table and it ain't never going to happen, it's not what they're doing. They're speaking about how they honestly feel and what they honestly see in their communities. Jay, if you felt so strongly about your opinion, and if you really felt like you had something to go off of, you'd start podcasting and talking about the stuff that doesn't make sense with them. But you don't. You stay quiet and you bring it up on little shows from other people to try to have these conversations. But you see me, I'm out here regardless if people like me or not, and I'm trying to speak what my truth is. Still trying to be a part of everybody's community because I love everybody no matter what. But I'm not going to let somebody silence me, and I'm not going to let somebody tell me what I can and can't say. You should be out there doing the same thing. If you felt so strongly about your opinions and beliefs on this, you could make a bigger impact by going out there and speaking about this stuff instead of little platforms like this. Go out there and put yourself out there. Talk about it. Make sense of it. Jay said that's bull. These Negroes get a mic and monetize their anti-blackness. That ain't what it is. They're tired of the people from their own community doing the stuff that they're doing, making everybody else look bad. The problem with black fatigue is that it's a broad spread across the entire black community, and it should be called ghetto fatigue because not all black people are like that. You're right. Not all black people are ghetto. But one thing ghetto black people are is black. Black fatigue fits that specific type of people that create people to think, oh my God, this again, man. Why would we expect anything less? Black fatigue. You need to say ghetto fatigue because not all black fatigue is ghetto fatigue. It's just in general, it's that typical mindset. Brandon Tatum and the Budget Twins are getting their wake-up call. I don't think that way. I mean, you could think that way if you want. I personally don't think that way. Illinois. And you know what, Jay? You're right, though, about the whole... Because I personally know you. And you're by no means stupid at all. You're extremely intelligent, very smart, got a good head on your shoulders, and you work for every damn thing you got. You're probably one of the hardest working young dudes. And this dude is super young, super young. He's already got a kid. He's already got his own place. He's got an amazing job, and he's doing a great job being a father. You're right. Not everybody's like you. But if you got lumped into a group, or if they threw you in a room with 9 other people that didn't have what you have, those 9 people would turn on you and say you're just doing this because you're pandering to the white man, or you had stuff given to you and you just fell into the right opportunities, and stuff must have been handed to you because it's so hard for them. They don't get these opportunities and stuff. You mean to tell me right now those other 9 people that are in the same room, the same color as you, don't have the same opportunity as you? Answer me that question. Riddle me that. They got the same damn opportunities as you. You're just a smart one. You don't talk unintelligent. You don't talk ghetto. You don't do any of that stuff. You are just Jay. You're just a hardworking young man. And those other 9 people could be the exact same way, but they don't take the opportunities. Or they haven't had their fathers or their family in their life to actually help them see this is a path in life, and if you stay on this path, it can either get better if you do something with it, or if you veer off of it, good luck. Who knows where you're going to end up. But this is the path that you're walking right now, and if you stay on it, it might get a little rocky sometimes, but that's a successful path, and as long as you stay on that path, you're going to get through it, and you're going to be just fine. But take a turn, follow that rotten apple, follow that sin left or right. Next thing you know, you sound and look just like everybody else. Brandon Tatum literally quit his job as a cop to pursue politics because he grew a platform getting paid too. Yeah, why the hell would you want to be out there trying to do a job as a police officer while people are trying to take your life under these administrations that we've had lately that do nothing but push anti-police? Why would you want to be out there putting your life on the line for people like that, especially people like Mayor Johnson that talks down to the police, that has nothing nice to say about the police, and other governors and mayors just like them. Why would you want to be a police officer under that? If you had the opportunity to leave and be a voice of reason and reach more people, then why not do it? You don't have to platform that rhetoric. See, the problem is, Jay, you got a lot of opinions and you got no way of approaching how to change any of it. You just want to be heard, and that's it. As a young man, if you really want to stop putting energy into being heard and nothing happening, go out and do something about it. You got more time than me. If you think they're doing it wrong, then go out and use your voice to do it right. Yeah. I mean, you're smart. You know what to do. You know, if you really want to make a change and you feel strongly about that stuff, then go out and tell the world. Show the world what you mean. I'm doing it. I get thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views speaking my mind on what I see in the world. But I also try to be positive in the meantime while doing it. You know, there's some things that I might say negative sometimes, but at the end of the day, people know what my intentions are. Does not include an extension for Obamacare. The wheel that squeaks the loudest is the one that gets the grease. Robert says you and Make Your Loco are the best. Yeah. Yeah. I've had some of his customers come to me. They say he's a pretty good dude. So for the most part, I think you know, in general, most people have good intentions, what I like to see, or is what I like to think, but lately, it's kind of hard to believe that. They're fighting over health care and increase is worse than you think. Well, the problem is there was never really a decrease in health care. I mean, once you start learning about it and you start listening to people talk about it, and then you start looking at all the different extensions that were given, there was never really a decrease in healthcare. All it was the government just rerouting money a different way to make you think that you were getting a break, but you really weren't. Your tax dollars that were going into the government were just kind of getting spent differently than what they originally were. So instead of getting, instead of coming out of pocket more for your healthcare, they were just spending less in certain areas and rerouting some of that money back into the insurance companies' pockets. And the insurance companies are worried about that right now because that's going to end at the end of the year, and then it's going to go back to full base premiums. And when it goes back to full base premiums, if not more, a lot of people are going to drop out, and these insurance companies are going to lose a ton of money, and they're worried about having to restructure the business, not like an economic disaster, but an economic disaster. And so if they didn't extend the Affordable Care Act, that means there would no longer be a penalty for not having health insurance. Exactly. White Republicans and conservatives have even been using so-called black conservatives as puppets. Now you got people like Nick Fuentes calling it out. I could see that a little bit. I could see how some of that could be thought of. But Jay, the last few times we've been on here, you've been so hell-bent on pointing out the flaws and the inaccuracies and stuff in the conservative party, yet you say you have smoke for both parties, and I've not really heard any smoke about the left. How about we turn that smoke up over there and let's hear what you have to say about that, or do you need a couple days to come up with some stuff? Whoa, income prosperity. Hey, Jay, you and Income would get along great. Income. Mr. Independent up here. He's independent, young black man from the city, very intelligent, has a real strong opinion on black conservatives. Income? Mr. Independent. Mr. Independent? Income. Have fun. She's not one to play with, I can tell you that. Democrats been on the weird stuff, but I don't associate with any political party. My employment just had our yearly health insurance re-enrollment, and fortunately premiums and coverage didn't change. I hope you're right. I'm hoping after the first of the year that doesn't happen. Are you a bot for Farmers Insurance? What are you talking about? Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. What are you talking about? Look, It must be Eagle Man. I've got something for you. Look at those low rates. You can't beat this. Been home for the last month. Miss Prosperity, I've been home for the last month. Got hurt at work. Stretched out my patella tendon real bad. Swelled up my knee. Had to go through physical therapy. I'm still going through physical therapy. But Friday, I begged the doctor, please let me go back to work. I don't want to be home anymore. So the doctor said, are you sure? I'll keep you off for the next couple weeks until physical therapy's done. I said, no. I got to go back to work. This ain't working for me. I don't want to sit at home. I just don't want to do it no more. No more. Been in a wreck. Need a check. What's that other sign? That Lerner and Turner sign? Historically, Democratic Party has always supported unions. I mean, there's some good and there's some bad to that. There's unions can be clean and unions can be dirty, and not all unions are cut from the same cloth. So, only reason blacks vote Democrat is throughout our history, the economy has done better under the Democratic leadership. That ain't why I vote. That is not why black Americans vote Democrat. That is not why. No. If you think that's the reason why, you are foolish. That's comical. Oh shit. That was funny, Jay. You got me. You got me on that one. That's funny. People that don't know the truth or ignore the truth vote demo. That's exactly it. Or the people that voted for his name is Mandami, M-A-D-A, whatever that song is they've been singing. It's so stupid. He promised the free transportation and free this and free that, and then turned around and was like, oh, the reason why we need free transportation is that will cut down on all the assaults that are happening on the transportation lines and stuff, you know. That'll cut down on that. What? You stupid buffoon. You think because you got to pay for transportation, people are getting assaulted? They're getting assaulted because they're ignorant. People that are doing this stuff are ignorant. They're criminals. They're taking shit from people. They don't care about their life. You think it's because of lack of free transportation, you dumb mother. Oh my gosh. Some of these people, man. Yes, blacks have always been taught the Democrats are for the poor. Yeah. And then they don't do nothing for you. And there's more and more black people that don't vote Democrat. There's a huge percent of black people that don't vote Democrat no more. It's not even about the whole, Go Red movement. It's not even There's just a huge percent of people that used to support the Democrats from the minority community that just will not vote that way anymore. They will not vote that way anymore. Just because they're getting nowhere. They are. What black community or minority community in general that has got free handouts from the Democratic Party has ever helped them be more than a handout? They haven't. There's no, you can't tell me a success story by being on a government handout program from the Democratic Party that's ever helped the minority community get out of the situation that they're in. They help them just enough to breathe out of that one nostril above water, and then they push them right back down. This ain't Boo Boo the Fool, honey. Independent, it is a shame you didn't live when children of slaves were still alive. They proceeded through life. They'd be disgraced by how folks carry on and behave today. 1,000%. I voted Trump and disappointed my family, but I feel bamboozled. But then again, I would never vote for Harris. What part of that? You don't like okra? I love okra, man. I love fried okra. Well, I can eat it until I'm shitting okra pudding the next day, man. I love okra. Nitro Joe 56 says, glad to see you feeling better. Well, I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't see that. Where was that at? Was that up there somewhere? Am I missing something? I don't see that. Did I miss? Okay. Will the shutdown end? I hope not. I'm having a blast watching the meltdown. Man, you are not lying. Trump is the only president that acknowledges blacks and the struggle, and also acknowledges Jesus as Lord, not himself. Exactly. And you know, this whole no kings thing was a joke to begin with. It was a complete waste of freaking time. When you actually think about what a king is and how they run their shit, it has nothing to do, it's not even close to what Trump is doing. Trump is actually listening to people. He's actually taking what they say into consideration and actually trying to give them what they want. You know, a king doesn't have to listen to who the people want next. They're just the king. That's it. There's a vote. There's a democratic process that they like to call it, by voting to elect the next president. And that in itself indicates we don't have a king. So this whole stand that people were trying to go out here was just an anti-Trump campaign. It wasn't a no kings thing. It was just people that hate Trump. And they wanted to call it something else so that it was catchy and it would spread all over the place and people would jump in on it. It was a bunch of uneducated people jumping in on something that didn't even make any sense. You just heard the vote was met. You don't have the facts yet. So maybe it's going to go through. Maybe these people are going to start getting fed again. I just had 2 ladies tonight saying that, hey, I'm going to need some food within the next few days. So if you can do whatever it takes to get some, I don't know if you know or not, income, but I've been doing it's called Smoking Butts and Feeding Families. I'm taking like families in the local community area, raised a bunch of money from YouTube, like $350 from YouTube. I threw a couple $100 of my own money in. Then there was a couple people local that came by and brought some food. They threw a couple $100 in. So I've been smoking pork butts, slicing it or making pulled pork, using a honey barbecue rub, cowboy rub, and just making a really good quality barbecue for these people around here that aren't eating right now. And a lot of people are shocked by it because they're like, aren't you some conservative? And I said, I have conservative values. I don't go around telling people I'm conservative, and I don't tell people I'm independent. I don't tell people I'm liberal or anything like that. I have conservative values. I am right leaning. It's like, well, then why do you feel the need to go around feeding people and stuff like that? And I tell them all the time, just because we're conservative or have conservative values, don't get it twisted. We still love people. We still care about people, and their opinions do matter. We want to feed people. We want to see people happy and stuff like that. We want to work with people, build families with people and stuff like that. We don't all have to believe in the same thing to feed somebody, make sure somebody's taken care of, make sure a child's not going without food. Just because I'm right-leaning, or even call me a MAGA, call me a conservative, whatever, that doesn't mean I want to see people go hungry. So I've been running a program now for the last 9 days called Smoking Butts and Feeding Families, and it's been going well. I fed, as of today, 19 families, and then I'm going to double back and bring some more meals out to families that I've already fed that need some more food. So it's been going real good. Those in need should survive on people's kindness, not people's taxes. If we had a king, these women who are 7 kids and all this food stamp money would be gone. Jeez. Yeah, uneducated. I have some turkey giveaway information. Nice. Conservative aligns with the Bible. That's right. How often you live? I'm trying to go live every day at least once. Lately it's been twice a day sometimes. So, because Jesus said, when you feed my family, you feed me. That's right. You haven't gotten anybody asking for Mary Jane? Mary Jane. Nope. Nope. Did you see that? When you said that, it made me think about that Cheech and Chong scene where the cop pulls him over and he walks up to the door and he says, what did he say? License and registration, please? And he said, yeah. It's on the back of the car. And he said, no license and registration, please. He said, yeah, man, it's on the back of the car. It's on the back of the car. Oh, man. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people invested in the point of view that only the government can do things that care for people, not for people to help themselves or each other. Man, it's on the bumper or whatever. Yeah, the bumper. That's what it was. I have to watch that again. Oh, man. What else? Some people are rude as, yeah, I know. Yeah, all these social programs can go away and you'll still be taxed the same. That's why I don't care where my tax dollars go, as long as it's not overseas. Hey, I can feel you on that, man. Actually, I could agree with you on I could agree with you on that. That might be where we find common ground is. I wish we'd stop spending so much freaking money overseas and start helping our communities here, doing things here. Speaking of bumpers, what other movie had a scene about bumpers in it? It was kind of funny. And it was from the same ethnicity group. Can somebody tell me? Bidi bidi bamba, como la flor, tan tu amor, que dice tú, ay, como Manuel. Who can tell me the other movie? Nah. Come on. Family's good. Baby's big. Baby just turned 9 months yesterday. She's about to start walking. Come on, nobody's guessing the movie. In the movie, the father is sitting down with her, and he's sitting next to her, and he's saying, he's teaching her how to roll her tongue. How's your family income? How's the hubby? I see you guys out all the time, busy, busy, busy. The father in the beginning of the movie is sitting down with her, and he's saying, can you go roll your tongue? And he said, can you say Trelon? Trelon? And she's trying to say it. Salina! Salina y los niños! Bingo! You remember the scene when the Impala passes the bus up on the side of the road? And Salina's sitting there in the bus. The guy pulls up and he backs his car up towards the bus, and they get off the bus and they go running up to the car, and Salina's like, where the guy says, I can try to pull you out, and she's like, are you sure? This thing is huge, or something like that. And the guy says, man, this has got a 454 in it. It can pull anything. And he hooks that thing up to the bus, and he gets the burning out, and the tires and the back end of it's jerking around, and it pulls the whole freaking bumper off the Impala. And he says, she's so sorry about what happened. And he says, don't worry about it. I'm going to take this bumper and I'm going to put it on my wall in the garage, and it's going to say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Salinas. Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies. Selena and Forrest Gump is my two favorite movies. This bumper was pulled out by the bus of Salinas. I was just reading about Trump. Okay, what happened? His personal friend donated $130 million for the military. He's got some friends, man, with some money. Senate is taking a test vote right now, according to a couple news outlets. Good. What is your favorite scene in Forrest Gump? Did income get back? Where's she at? He just retired and great. Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. Wow, nice. Yeah, nice. Nice, y'all deserve it, man. You guys are out here fighting a good fight. You deserve it. When he's running, when he first runs, or he's like running and he says, look, my mom just bought me these legs. One day I woke up and I started running and I never stopped. I met all kinds of people along the way. He said, Lieutenant Dan, ice cream, Lieutenant Dan. And then the part that bothers me the most was when everybody does the box of chocolate thing. Yeah. And you know how they say, Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. Well, people always say it too damn fast, and it annoys the hell out of me, because in the movie he never says it that fast. He never says it that fast. When he says it, he says, Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates,
You never know what you're going to get. And he says, Jenny, I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. remember when that guy comes out of his mama's house and he's up there bumping uglies with his mama, and he comes out and he's looking at him, and Forrest looks back at the guy and he goes he's mimicking him and making fun of him bumping uglies with his mama. Oh God. Yeah. I'm having too much fun tonight. Too much fun. Too much fun tonight. He said, I was in a war. I was shot in the buttocks. You want to see? Bubba Gump shrimp. We bought a shrimping boat. I don't even remember exactly how it went. We caught all kinds of shrimp. You know, shrimp gumbo, shrimp stew, shrimp pie, shrimp etouffee. They had shrimp on a stick and shrimp on a salad. Shrimp on my hair, shrimp I don't care. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I'm a little bit lighter than the last time you seen me, Income. Lost quite a bit of weight, and I'm still trying to keep going. I want to lose another. I'm trying to lose like another 50 pounds, close to 50 pounds by my birthday, January 24th. I have a question. You do side work in your garage? Yeah? I mean, depends on what it is, but yeah. I want to watch, dang it. I want to watch Forrest Gump tonight as I fall asleep. I'm going to see if my wife will give up the TV. 'Cause I'm going to work tomorrow. I can't wait, man. I love my family and everything, man, but just sitting at home has been killing me. In your area, people are sliding out everywhere. What do you mean, like icy roads? Yeah, it's cold as hell here, and the roads are covered in water. So around here, they're going to be all over the place. There's going to be accidents all night, all over. All right, I think I'm good for now. I think I need to sit down, relax for a second, and then get my butt in the house and go to sleep. But I need to let these heaters cool down, so I'm going to put you guys right here. I'm going to shut the heaters off. I'll let them cool down while we finish up this live stream. Oh yeah. Did I grow up in the area that I live in now? No. I grew up on the north side of Chicago until I was about 13. Then I went into foster care. I moved out to 63rd and Green for a while. I lived with a black family there. I still call her mom today. When I talk to her on the phone and stuff, I say mama. She was the first woman that actually showed me love outside of the abusive home that I was in. So I was there for a while. Went to Hubbard. Then I left there. Went out to Romeoville with different foster parents. Lived there for a while, Romeoville, Plainfield area. Then I left there. Went to different foster parents out in Joliet. And I left there, went to Bolingbrook, lived in Bolingbrook with different foster parents. Then I went down to, where's that, it was a foster family out by Champaign. I lived out there for a while. And then, came back, went to Bradley Bourbonnais, lived with foster parents there for a little while, and went from there into the military. So then I moved down to Louisiana for a while, and I lived in Arkansas for a while after the military, and then came back to Illinois, and I've been out in the suburbs since 2013, 2014. So I've been out in the suburbs for about 11 years now, kind of bouncing around. Good night, Jay. So that's my life, kind of a little bit of everywhere. A lot of time on the north side, a lot of time out in the suburbs. What's better, the city or the suburbs? The suburbs. And it's even better when you get out of the suburbs and you go further south, further west, or further east. I don't know about west. East, yes. West can get a little dicey before you get to Missouri. But still better, yeah. I would say suburbs better than the city. And then outside of the suburbs and more peaceful living is even better. If I could not live around people, that's exactly what I would choose to do. So my goal is, within the next couple years, I want to have a substantially bigger home that fits our family. Not too big, but one that fits our family better than this one. I'd say probably I'd be happy with like 2,500 square feet-ish. Somewhere around there would be ideal for me. On like 3 or 4 acres of land with my own pole barn and shop and stuff like that. Income said, I made my block a suburban block. That's good. That's real good. I just enjoy really peaceful living. So like 30 acres in a house with a 4-stall garage. That'd be great. That would be great. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie at all. That would be awesome. But I don't want to take care of 30 acres. My uncle had 40 acres, and his house was on 3 or 4 of it, and he kept that all mowed, and he just let everything else go.
but it had like trails where you can go four-wheelers. You could take four-wheelers off through that 40 acres. And his house was here, and the 40 acres went out like a diamond. And through those 40 acres were paths cut so people could get out there in their four-wheelers. And there were deer stands and feeders all through that. There were deer all over the place. So he never had to go to the store and get meat and stuff like that. When it came time for hunting season, he would just, he used the 22. He didn't believe in using anything bigger than a 22 because he's old and he's set in his ways. And his opinion was, if you know how to hunt and you know how to use a 22 and you're patient enough, a 22 is all you need to take down a deer. And that's exactly what he used to take down a deer. He never used anything else other than a 22. And he was extremely patient. And he'd feed all the deer on his land. And when it come time for hunting season, he'd just roll right out the back door, right into his yard, jump on a four-wheeler, just head right out in the middle of the field. Sometimes he didn't even have to get out into the trees and stuff. He could just sit in the middle of a clearing behind his house, and he could see the deers coming out to one of the feeders. And he'd sit right there and get set up on that four-wheeler. Pow! Take it down right there, drag it back to the house, which was right behind him. He didn't really go to the store for a lot of meat and stuff like that. He grew his own vegetables, took care of his own meat, killed his own cow, goat, whatever. He'd do it all himself. I'm sorry for tough times. It seems like you did good for yourself. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm blessed. So nice, and you're a damn good mechanic. I am. When people let me be, I pop that thumbs up and gotta go. Have a blessed evening. Love to the family. Love you. I'll see you later. I miss seeing your face. I miss seeing your face. I honestly do. C3 power steering pumps on the F-150. Your videos are great. Power steering pumps on the F-150. Are you talking about earlier model than 2011? Because 2011 started electric, and then I've had some headaches. Man, I've had some headaches on the mid-2000 model F-150s, the power steering pumps. I got to hook the power steering line up on this Grand Marquis out here. It's the same style of setup. I got to get that power steering pump, the line hooked up to it. And then I got to get it in the shop here in the next couple of weeks. I got to get that transmission put in it before it gets too damn cold and then we can't do anything. All right, both heaters cooled down. If y'all ain't got nothing else for me, I'm going in the house. And I appreciate that super chat earlier too. Let me see what that says. Super chat. I have no idea why it did that to me. I clicked on the super chat thing right here and it freaking booted me out of the stream. Anyhow, now I know how to get back to it. Yeah, if y'all are done, you got nothing you want to talk about, I'm done too. I'll see you in the morning. I'll be out here bright and early. Now that I'm going back to work, I got to start working out a little earlier than normal. So if you guys want, you want to try to join me like 5:30 for a little bit, work out real quick and then head to work. If not, I understand. But if you guys are going to get up early and you just want to shoot the shit, talk a little bit, I'll be out. I'll be up and about. Yeah, I'm going to try not to push it too hard because they said there's a ton of work for me. They said there's so much work sitting there waiting for me because I'm the only one doing the used cars for the most part, that they said it is going to be easy for you to turn 50, 60 hours a week for now until the rest of the year, just because there's so many cars backed up that need to be put out on the lot. So money, money, money. Money. So, we'll see. I'm officially out. Out like a fat kid in dodgeball. I'm out. I'll catch y'all later. Be blessed. Take care. Don't do drugs unless it's in your own home and it's legal. Don't drink and drive. And don't talk to strangers. Okay? Good night. Good night, Trouble. Night, everybody.